I'm only yours, can't you see? I'm made.
Hello my friends, I heard that the Fimi Palm 2 is out now. In fact, it's a pre-order in the Banggood. So I would like to tell you some things about it and a small comparison with the old Fimi Palm and the new Dji Pocket 2. Okay, let's see the specs. I have made a quick chart so we see the differences. First of all, the Fimi Palm 1 had a 1 to 2.3 inches sensor. The new one has 1 to 2.6 inch sensor. It's a bit smaller. I don't know why they make it smaller, but as they say in the ad, they will be a big improvement with this sensor. It has a better dynamic range and much better image quality and video quality. The Dji Pocket 2 has a bigger sensor, 1 to 1.7 inches. This means that it has a better video quality in the low light, in the night scenes and everything like that. I don't know why they made this slightly smaller sensor in the Palm 2. They could make it as big as the Dji Pocket 2 if they wanted to have a good competition. But let's see more specs. The video resolution. It remains in the 4K 30 fps like in the Fimi Palm. On the contrary, Dji Pocket 2 has 4K in 60 fps. Still no big improvement in the resolution, but many people don't use a 4K at all, like me. I always use a 2.7 at the most, because the files in 4K are very huge and they're difficult to store and make the editing. Now let's see the battery. Here we have a big improvement. It's 2600 milliamperes for the new Fimi Palm, while the old one had 1000 milliamperes. And the Dji Pocket 2 has only 8875 milliamperes. So big improvement here on the battery and the recording life. It's very good. It's very important to have a huge battery, because it's not detachable. It's built in, so you can have a spare battery and change it. It's a good. This is a very good feature, and it's a game changer, I believe, because you can have the Fimi Palm with you all day and don't have to charge it with a logical use. Another good feature that the Fimi Palm 2 introduces, it has an external mic input at last, while the Fimi Palm 1 had you need to buy accessories. The Fimi base was the only accessory that worked with the external mics, and it was quite expensive and bulky to carry with you. You had to remove it. Here, let me show you. Here it is. You had to buy this separately. The base, quite expensive, and just plug it every time. Make sure it was correct plugged in to put the external mic in the line and vlog. Also the internal mics of the Fimi Palm 1 wasn't that good. In fact, it wasn't good at all. So I expect to see better internal mics in the Fimi Palm 2. As they say here in the specs, It has a noise reduction mic, internal mic. That means it cuts off maybe noises from the environment or wind or something like that. I think they did that on the Dji Pocket 2 also. They put noise reduction, but more mics there. So the Dji Pocket 2 also doesn't have a built-in mic in, but you have to buy a rather expensive accessory. They call it the handle, so you have the opportunity to plug in an external mic. This external handle costs about $100, but it also gives you access to a wireless mic. But still, it's quite expensive, and the price rises very much for the Dji Pocket 2. The one thing I don't like is the place they put the external mic input. It's on the back of the Fimi Palm 2. So I don't know why they did that, because it's mainly to make vlogs, so it should be facing front. The same problem is here on the base of the Fimi Palm 1. You can see they put the external mic input on the back, so I have to buy this corner to put the mic and turn it on the side. Maybe I will do something like that and to the Palm 2. The slow motion capabilities, they don't mention anything like that for the Fimi Palm 2 yet. The Fimi Palm 1 was 1080p at 60 fps. It was not a very good frame rate for slow motion, and the quality of the slow motion, the built-in slow motion, was very bad. The video was unusable for a good work. On the contrary, the Dji Pocket 2 has 1080p and 240 fps, which is very good for slow motion video. The bitrate is 100 megabps in all of the three devices. And the video compressor, the old Fimi and the new one has both H.264 and 265, the newer video compressor, while the Dji Pocket 2 has only the H.264 compressor. And now for the big differences is of course the price. Now the Fimi Palm 1 costs 130 euros in Banggood always, which is very low price for this kind of quality camera, a built-in action camera with a built-in gimbal. The Fimi Palm 2 is quite low, 170 euros. I have coupons for all these devices that lowers even more the price. You can find it in the description. And the Dji Pocket 2 is very expensive, of course, 350 euros, and you have to put the external handle, 100 euros. And we didn't talk about the lens. The lenses are the same for the both Fimis. 128 field of view. This means they're ultra wide. And f2.4, not very bright. On the contrary, the Dji Pocket has a narrow field of view of 93 degrees and a much brighter aperture of 1.8. This means it has better quality on low light and night scenes. But there is an adapter for the Dji Pocket 2 that makes the field wider when you put this adapter in front of the lens. And of course this costs more money. DJI obviously wants to make more money with selling those expensive things. And the Fimi Palms are standard. You don't have to take many accessories. There are also many other improvements in the Fimi Palm 2. One of them is the selfie button in the front of the touch screen. You just press it once and it turns around the camera to facing you. You had to do this by pressing 3 times in the Fimi Palm 1, and you were hearing this sound, which wasn't very good when recording video. I believe this single tap is a very clever feature, and with like that you tap and tap and goes the front and on the back. It also has a new joystick design that says it's very quiet and you don't hear it in the recordings. That's a very good improvement too. I only hope that you don't hear that beep, as was very annoying when you tapped the record button on the Fimi 1. You heard the beep. So let's see what else it says. Wi-Fi connection. That was on the Fimi Palm 1, of course. A better smart tracking. The face tracking on the Fimi Palm 1 wasn't that good. I had a problem with that. Now it's supposed to be better. It can lock the target, it says, quickly and precisely. Okay, remains to be seen. And it has a built-in story mode with various templates. That will be very useful if they are built in the device and you don't have to connect to the app like the Fimi Palm 1. Time-lapse video, motion lapse, time-lapse and hyperlapse. The Fimi 1 didn't get a hyperlapse, although they were advertising it at first and waiting to see it with the updates, but eventually they didn't give a hyperlapse to the Fimi Palm 1. Remains to see if it really has a hyperlapse in the Palm 2. This is a 3 times stabilized zoom. It's a digital zoom, so we don't care about it so much. The panorama modes, of course, and as I can see, it finally has a case and not this plastic cap, this annoying plastic cap that was in the Fimi Palm 1, and I had to buy a separate case for this. Now I see that they include the case in the Fimi Palm 2, so this is very good. Let's see what other things it says. 12 megabyte pixel. I believe the camera is the same with the Fimi Palm 1. They only change the sensor. Slow motion, digital zoom, maximum bitrate, and photo format JPEG and DNG. I hope they made the RAW format better now. I already pre-ordered the Fimi Palm 2 and waiting to receive it so I can test it out with other devices, with the Fimi Palm 1, with the GoPro and my other cameras. So I leave a discount code on the description if you want to pre-order it too. So is it worth it to upgrade from the Fimi Palm 1? Well, if you're happy with your Fimi Palm 1 and you don't have the money to spend, maybe you should stick with it. On the other hand, it has a very good improvements, like the external mic jack, the huge battery life. So for this low price, I believe it's worth it. So that's it, my friends. Thank you very much. I will review it as soon as I receive it. So subscribe to the channel and press the bell to have the notification when the new videos are out.